Hey there my friends, this is Robin Hood, and today I'm bringing you a little bit of tank gameplay here on Seine Crossing Conquest. So this is the normal sized Conquest, not Conquest Large where there's the two flags also across the river. That is just where the US team spawns on this map, but basically this is how I usually run with a tank, and I don't run with tanks that often. Most of the time I'm either in a chopper, in a jet, or on the ground, on, Caspian border and stuff. Generally, when I spawn in, the tanks are gone. I take a jeep and go for the objective and stuff. When I get a tank, I will, but, a lot of times, it's more that kind of stuff. But when I do get a tank, this is generally the result. Sometimes, I get taken out quickly, but, the way I play with the tank generally allows me to stay alive for quite a while and get quite a bit of kills, and I find it to be the opposite of how a lot of the average player plays with the tank. And by saying that, I am not saying that I am an above average player. I am saying that, like, on average there is a certain way that people play with the tank, and mine is a little bit different, so that's what we are going to talk about today. So right here you can see my team is trying to take C, and this I'm getting some hit markers and stuff. I'm just trying to shell this area. I can't actually get the tank to fit in there, and if I did, it would be surrounded and not a good position to be in. But I'm just trying to help my team take C, so this might not be racking me up a lot of kills, but the suppression is in fact helping my team. And what I'm running with on the tank, I have the canister shot. Generally I would go for guided shell on a bigger map like Caspian border, or not Gulf of Oman, because there's a lot of close areas in that, but Firestorm, that kind of stuff. Guided shell, and then I have the thermal optics, which I was messing around with. Generally I have smoke, but there's a lot of easy places to avoid javelins on this map too, so I thought it to be an appropriate map for that. And I have the what do you call it, the proximity scanner, yes, so that people don't sneak up on me and get C4, and that helps me quite a bit. I always run with that. So here you can see rolling in and taking B. And basically when people get a tank, they generally run right into the action, and they will drive forward and just go crazy with the tank, because it's a tank. You want to roll in and blow stuff up, but a lot of times they end up getting surrounded because they push too far forward and die. People are very aggressive with the tanks. I'm almost defensive with the tank. I am moving forward and helping my team, and there's an instance where I see stuff on the proximity scanner, so back out of there. But I don't go where my team can't support me, because that's when I'm gonna die, but instead I stick with the bulk of my team and support them. It's really hard to take me down when there's a ton of infantry around. That means pretty much only armor can take me around, and it also means that it's really hard to take my team's infantry down because they have a tank right next to them. So you can see I'm just trying to keep guys off of this hallway that my team is trying to push through. Once again, not a place I could really push forward well in the map, so I'm just shelling it, occasionally getting some hit markers. I know where some guys are because of the mini-map, so I'm trying to get some splash damage on them. And right here, while I'm thinking of it, I would like to thank, I had two gunners in this game, but I was actually playing as, I believe, the sniper class using the M417 when I got in the tank, so I can't repair the tank, and check that out there. I know there's a guy over there, so I just shoot the building above them. On this map, you can get so many kills with the rubble falling due to the confined hallways, so that's how I dealt with him. But notice here, I'm pretty damaged. I just back out of the way, out of harm's way, and my gunner is going to repair me. Generally, I would repair myself, but I was, sniper and just saw the tank, so I was messing around with the M417, so thank you to him. He did an excellent job, and then later on my squad mate also. I can't really say either of their names. This guy's like Almix or something of the sort there, but you can see my team is now pushing through this hallway, and there's an enemy tank, and right there, I could have chased it, but I know from the minimap and from what my team was saying that there are tons of people over there, and most of their team was playing as engineers, and later on almost all of them engineer or support, because they were pretty mad that I was staying up this long. This was like an 11-minute run in the tank on a map that is generally, if you play it even slightly wrong, very hostile to tanks. There's just tons of hidden corners and such. It's very easy to get C4 on tanks on this map because there's so much cover and it's such a confined alleyway that you can just sneak out, you know, place the C4 on, and I do that later on to an enemy tank, but that is not in this video because this is focusing on the tank run. This was like a 25-minute game here. So yeah, you can see getting stuck on a car. Since when can a tank get stuck on a car, and what in God's name did that? Yeah, I don't know, but right here there's going to be an enemy tank. I'm going to shoot him and continue to do so until he dies. He pops smoke, probably just trying to keep me from seeing him, and I'm trying to nail some of those engineers back there. See a guy up top. Gonna get him with my canister shell, but you can see right now I am in a dangerous situation. My gunner is going to repair me, and I'm trying to kill this guy. Don't see where he is. Nailed the guy up there. If you get that dot with the canister shell right on them, even long range, you're gonna kill them. Infantry, it is an absolutely brutal weapon, but you know, almost, I would say, with a tank, playing conservatively is the way to go. By playing conservatively, I managed to get around 25 kills on this streak, and there's another rebel kill for you, and just, you know, destroy people and support my team. If I were to go forward where my team isn't, just around the corner, I would get mobbed and destroyed, and later on, the way my tank spree ends is I was doing so well, I got kind of cocky there and decided, you know, to push forward. And that's a mistake you don't want to make. Sadly, it usually happens to people. I know my friends and I, when we get a tank, most of, you know, the people I play with play like this also with the tanks. And it's just you know, it all usually ends when you start going beyond your bounds there. Yeah, you might pull off 1 or 2 kills, maybe a few more if you're lucky. Maybe since you are in a tank, you will survive and push through everyone, but you'll do a lot better back like this, and I probably could have stayed up the whole game, but that is later. You can see just taking these guys out. That's a guy with C4 there, and that was like an excellent spot. The only reason I saw him was because of the thermal here. This is excellent for this map, but here there's just tons of guys in there, and I don't know how that guy got missed. I put a tank shell into him and a canister shot, and I mean, it's a shotgun. I was slightly off with the aim there, but it's a giant shotgun, should have hurt him. But here, yeah, that's a bad place to stay, and I'm going to get repped once again by my gunner, and just here where they really have to pop around the corner to shoot me is where I'm sitting well. He does that. You can see I got a shot off on him there, and my teammate took that guy down. But yeah, like, this is generally, even on Caspian border, obviously on Caspian border, I am cautious like this, except not to this extent. This is one of the more dangerous maps for tanks in its own way. This is an infantry-friendly map against armor, but a very armor-friendly map if you play it right. You can see that by being conservative, although there are pauses in between it where there's times like this where I'm more supporting my team and trying to just keep the enemy team's heads down than actually, you know, get kills there. And here's another tank. We're gonna have a little fight here, and I'm going to barely win this one, and he's gonna go down right now. There we go, and I have 4% health, and my gunner repairs me there. So Once again, thank you so much to those guys. I doubt they'll watch this small channel, but still, I mean, you were such a big help, and I see this guy hiding behind the sign. I saw him run up with the thermal there, so, yep, he's gone. But generally, you know, on Caspian border, your biggest threat, if you play it right and stick with your team, is the air vehicles, and there's not that much you can do about that. Occasionally, you'll get a nice shot off, but you know, generally it's up to your air vehicles to keep them clear, and generally on Caspian border and stuff, that's what I'm doing. I'm up there in a jet or a chopper. So right here, you know, I am playing conservatively once more, backing off when I see tons of enemies there, and trying to get this guy to go down and die there. I kind of left my gunner exposed. Sorry about that, bro. Did not see you jump out. And once again, canister shell gonna take him down. But this is when I'm like, okay, I'm doing fine. My team is nowhere near, and I'm in between two enemy objectives. So I am surrounded pretty much. And I'm gonna overstep my bounds, kill this guy, take a missile up the rear there, and that is going to be the end of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and learned a little something, and I'll see you next time.